brothers and sisters, and welcome to MTG Malone with me, MtgA Malone. And today's user deck number freaking 5 already. 5 days to go until call time, 5 user decks already. Feels good. Today's deck is by G2 Zafina, and yeah, this is a pretty meta deck, so I will jump in the ranked immediately. But before we get into the deck, if you're new to the channel or you're just a regular tuning in, smash that subscribe button. Give him the old sucker punch when it isn't looking. Ring that bell so you always get informed when there's a new video out. I would appreciate it very much. My goal was to reach the 500 until the end of the month, and you guys freaking crushed it. You crushed it, like the hopes of our opponents, to win one single game. Because yeah, we're already at over 550 as the making of this video, which is pretty freaking crazy. But enough yammering, let's get into the hammering. So, today we're playing the Escape Artist deck. Well, it was the first name, but then I called it Rakdos Houdini because he was the greatest of all Escape Artists. And this deck is pretty freaking nice. So I play tested it once or twice, of course. And yeah, it has some really nice tech in here. So, the only thing I changed, there were 4 Evolving Wilds in here. I took 2 out and put 2 Savage Triumphs in here. Because yeah, sometimes you need the card draw. And also this makes sure that you always have the colors. And with 8 fetch lands and only 12 basic lands, I thought maybe if we're milling ourselves, it would be better to be sure to always hit a land. And what is the worst that could happen? Trying to fetch something that you don't find. So, this is a Kroxa Oxa deck. Why is the Ox here? Because we want to play him for 2. So you know the good old Kroxa, Titan of Death's Hunger. Whenever he enters the battlefield, you need to sacrifice his unless it's escaped. But the more important part is, whenever he enters the battlefield or attacks, each opponent discards a card. And each opponent who didn't discard a non-land card loses 3 life. So if they can't discard or discard a land, they lose 3 life, which is pretty nice. In the best case, this bad boy swings for 9. 9 damage in your opponent's face, which is pretty freaking strong. The other most important card in here is the Ox of Agonas. When he enters the battlefield, you discard your hand and you draw 3 new cards. So, this will help you get your Kroxa on the battlefield even faster because not only do you have your Timorets and your Maya Tritons, but you can also discard useless cards that you have in your hand. Just play the useful ones before you do it. So, also to make sure that we always have cards in our graveyard is the Liliana. This is a 4 mana, 4 loyalty planeswalker in black, and each opponent has to discard a card. Each player has to discard a card, so also yourself, which could be a land or whatever you don't need right now. And each opponent who can't loses 3 life. So pretty similar to the Kroxa. Then for -3, you can -X a creature, where X is the number of cards in your graveyard. So if you have 5 cards in your graveyard, you can take care of everything. Doesn't matter if the creature is indestructible, just get it out of here. And if you ever get in this luxurious situation that you have 7 loyalty on Liliana, you get an emblem with at the beginning of combat of your turn, put a creature from a graveyard onto the battlefield. So you can just steal one of your opponent's creatures, it becomes one of your creatures, and it gets haste. Pretty freaking nice. So you could return an Ox, but you could also return, I don't know, a Bone Crusher Giant from your opponent, or an Elder Gargaroth even. Yeah, why not return an Elder Gargaroth? Have the most broken green creature that we have in the moment in your arsenal. Pretty freaking nice. So, but the Liliana is only 2 times in here because it's not the most important cards. As I said, the most important parts are the Ox and the Kroxa. But one card that really works super well in here is the Fissure Wizard. This is a common 2 mana 2/1 Goblin Wizard, and I mean look at him, isn't he adorable? Fissuring around. So when he enters the battlefield, you may discard a card and draw a card, which is pretty nice because you can discard your Ox, and maybe you will be able to play him in 2 or 3 turns for 2 mana, because you exile him for 2 mana. That is why he's in the 2 mana slot. You don't want to play him for 5? You can, which also is pretty powerful, but you can play him for 2. Discard him with the Fissure Wizard. So with this and with this, you can always make sure that you're able to discard cards that you would rather have in your graveyard. Then of course we have 4 Timoret Calls of Death. This mills you 3, then you can exile a target creature or enchantment from your graveyard, so always first try to exile your other Timurid Cults to dead, and you make a 2/2 zombie. You do this 2 times, and in the 3rd time, you gain X life, scry X, where X is the number of zombies you control. Then we have some zombies in here. Not only does this make you zombies, but we have also the Murderous Rider, which is a zombie. And yeah, you destroy target creature, lose 2 life, destroy target planeswalker, lose 2 life, but then you get a lifelinker for it, which is pretty nice. Then a Maya Triton, also zombie, mills you 2, you gain 2 life, and you have a Death Toucher on the field, which is pretty freaking sweet. I like this card, has to be in the Croxa deck. Also, as I said, these 2 will trigger Timurid. Then of course we have 4 Bone Crusher Giants, because this is a red deck, and if you're playing red, you want the Bone Crusher Giant. This deals 2 damage to any target, and then you get a 4/3 for 3, which is pretty freaking nice. So, a card that at first I didn't really understand was Defeat the Swarm, because you lose life when you use this. But this is pretty freaking good, because if anybody plays the Elspeth Nightmare, which is our biggest nightmare, because it will empty your graveyard, exile all of your graveyard, you can just destroy that thing. You lose 3 life, but that is a price that we're willing to pay for not losing our graveyard, because that's the worst thing that could happen. Us not being able to escape, drown in the water. And then we have of course 4 Bloodchief's Thirst, because this card is just so good in the early game, so good in the late game, takes care of a small creature in the early game, takes care of whatever you needed to take care of in the late game, planeswalkers, creatures, get them out of here. So, this is the deck. It's a pretty solid deck. As I said, I would bring it to ranked immediately, no need to treat it as a jank deck. Thank you again, G2 Zafina, for sending me this deck. It is pretty close to something that I already played, but I don't care. I'm pretty happy to play this deck. So, then we have 6 beautiful Bob Ross Swamps, 6 beautiful Bob Ross Mountains, 4 Temple of Malice for the Scrying, and as I said, 2 Savage Triumphs, 2 Evolving Wilds, and 4 Fabled Passage. Also the Triumph can draw your card and still fill your graveyard for the exiling. So, this is a pretty fun deck, and hopefully we will encounter nothing but rogues today to, yeah, show them who's boss. Croxa's boss. So, this is the Rakdos Houdini, and I will see you all in those gruesome games. So, as this is not a super janky deck, I will try it out in ranked immediately. Good old coffee. What would I do without you? Nothing. So, AGB 78, and we're rocking the full Rakdos. Rakdos sleeves, Rakdos avatar. So, we are missing a land, but with the Fissure Wizard we can find it. So, yeah, I will keep this hand. And we're going first. I like that very much. And we have a Bloodchief's Thirst, so if he plays any creatures in the early game, and there it is. There it frickin' is, a creature. And it's even a creature that I don't like to see on the field, so this needs to go immediately. I don't play the Rakdos yet, because the Outside of Life's Bounty is just so frickin' annoying that we need to take care of it immediately. It gives protection from every single color, and we don't like that. The Speaker of the Heavens. Oh, very nice. Very nice. So let's see what he plays here, but I think that I will Murderous Rider that Speaker of the Heavens like there is no frickin' tomorrow. The Heliod. Alright. So we can't destroy the Heliod, but hey. That's just how it is. Now we have the Mire Triton. So, do I discard the Croxa here? So, the choice is, I could play the Fissure Wizard, get the Croxa out of my hand. Doesn't even matter, because if we find another red land, which we didn't, but we found a Bone Crusher Giant. That's just also pretty good. Another Outside of Life's Bounty. And now the Basri frickin' Cat. Alright. But we can Bone Crusher this like there is no tomorrow. Pretty nice. And now we get in with the Fissure Wizard. So we're missing one red land. But we will find it sooner or later.
This is getting rough.
And he has the Linden. Okay. must feel pretty nice. Must feel pretty nice. So that Linden absolutely needs to go. That Linden needs to freaking go. Here's a Temple of Malice. Couldn't have drawn it better. Another Bone Crusher Giant. I want that. So, we lose 3 life here, but that is still a-okay to me. There's nothing he can do here. And now we take care of the Basri Cat. And sooner or later we will be able to get our Crocs on the field. He has another Linden, of course. Isn't it freaking swell? Alright, so he gets in for a lot of damage, which we have to take. But we can take care of the Basri Cat here. Another freaking Bone Crusher Giant. So, how do I play this? Well, I think the smartest play is to take care of the Linden here. What is it that you have in your hand? Oh no, hopefully he doesn't have... Okay, he doesn't have anything. And now the Basri Cat needs to go as well. So we're at 4 freaking life, but we can make the comeback here. With the Maya Triton we will get some life back, which is pretty nice. The Maul of the freaking Skyclave. That is bad. That is bad. How many cards do we have in the graveyard? We have 4 cards in the graveyard. So let's take care of the outside here. Let's take care of it. The Maul is pretty freaking bad. But he would need something with 3 loyalty, 3 whatchamacallit. You know what I mean. Alright. So we make him discard here. We discard our Liliana. Not the biggest problem. And we get ourselves some life back. And we get ourselves some life back with this. So, do you really want to block here? No, you don't. You don't want to block here. Alright. So he can give this lifelink, which is pretty freaking bad. Does not attack the Liliana. Was that a mistake, my friend? So we still live here. We play the Temple of Malice. The Triumph, not really useful.
You think too much.
Now we get in for some life. And he would need immediate lifelink. Wait. How many cards do we have in the graveyard? I don't think I played a Croxa yet. Next turn I can kill this human with my Liliana, which isn't the best, but it's also not the worst. Okay. So yeah, he was pretty freaking lucky with that top deck of the century. That was the top deck of the freaking century. Yep. Pretty freaking nice. Alright, so the first game was a pretty top deck lucky game for our opponent. There were so many cards he could have drawn, but he drew the one card that brought him the win. The one card that brought him the win. That's just how it is. It's magic, everyone. This hand looks pretty freaking nice. So let's see what we get here. Another Bone Crusher Giant. I mean, why not? It's a pretty aggressive card. Okay, he's Dimir, so maybe he is Rogues. We will find out. So we make him discard to find out what he plays. And hopefully he plays Rogues. He does... What? What is this? I've never seen anyone use this card. Crazy. Just crazy. So we put down another Temple of Malice here. That is perfect. Now we can fill our graveyard with the Timorous Calls the Dead, which is pretty freaking nice. So, are you a counterspell player? And if you are, I will get him out of your hand here. Get the Bone Crusher Giant out, because if he counters this, that is not as bad as the Timorous Calls the Dead. So, also the Bone Crusher Giant is enormous value. Alright. Okay. So let's attack in. Let's see what he does here. The Blacklands Paragon. Well, that needs to go. Hopefully he doesn't have a counterspell. He does not have a counterspell. So we're snacking in for a lot of damage here. Snack! Very nice. And we play another Croxa. Just to make him discard even more. We don't want our opponent to have any cards. So this is a flash deck, isn't it? Yep, it is a flash deck. Okay. So now we have Defeat the Swarm. Let's try to snack in with the Bone Crusher Giant. Okay, do we play another one? I think I want to keep my Murderous Rider up. Just in case he flashes in something that I absolutely don't like. He flashes in nothing. Alright, no need to be super aggressive. Okay, so we snack in again with the Bone Crusher Giant. He does nothing. Nothing at all. We still chill back. No need to do anything here. This is a Bone Crusher beatdown. I like it. The Voracious Great Shark. Good thing we kept our murderous frickin' rider. So, your Great Shark is gone. You could have blocked my Bone Crusher Giant here, but you didn't. Who knows why? Alright. So this gets interesting very fast here. Okay, we attack in with the Bone Crusher once more. He has something in hand. The Thief's Guild Enforcer. Well, that can block here, but that's it. That is it. So, we try to bring down the Timoret here. Do you have a counterspell now? The Ashiok's Erasure. Well, not even too bad. Not even too bad. And I think that Defeat the Swarm... Oh, the Bloodchief's Thirst can go. Defeat the Swarm is more... oh, we got a land. Pretty nice. So now we have Lethal on the board. And we will correct the Fabled Passage here. And hopefully we can bring back our Croxa. We could. We could bring it back. So it doesn't matter what land we have. We have a red in hand, so yeah. Excuse me. Alright, what do you block here? I think he will block the Bone Crusher Giant. It is just so much bigger of a threat. But he will lose his Voracious Great Shark. Yeah, you need to block that. I could have another Bone Crusher in hand. Oh, okay. Interesting. Frickin' interesting. So this will return to my hand. So yeah, let's play the Croxa. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Keep the other Croxa. Make him discard whatever is in his hand. And we still have Lethal on the board. What was it? Another Ashiok's Erasure. Alright. So you know what? I'm going to be super aggressive here Get rid of the Voracious Great Shark. And whatever he draws here, we still have lethal on the board. Yep. Yes! We got him! G2 Zafina, we got him! Houdini is in the house. Back in the numbers. Nice. So, that first game against Mono White was pretty unknown player 1. Okay, okay. I don't even care to know you. The first game was pretty freaking heartbreaking. So we have 2 Evolving Wilds here, which isn't even too bad. Because we can fill our graveyard pretty freaking quick. Another blue deck. So are you rogues? We're looking for rogues. We are looking for rogues. Where did my card go to? Alright, so we can't play anything here anyways. Oh, he's another flash deck. Oh. Okay. Okay, I gotcha, I gotcha. So, we're getting rid of one of our oxes here. The Fissure Wizard gets Essence Scattered. Well, not even the worst that could happen. Improbable Alliance. So he will be drawing a lot of cards. A lot of cards. Alright, the Fabled Passage here is pretty freaking nice. So let's get some life back. Fill our graveyard. And now we fill our graveyard even more. And we play out one of our... So let us see. We have black, and red, so we get another red. Just for the heck of it. And he will need to discard something here immediately. Oh, he discarded a land. Well, okay. I like that. So he will be making a lot of those small ones. So... I don't want to attack in, and I think that he has a counter spell. I think he has one in hand. So let's chill here. We're just chilling until he does anything. So this is a pretty unlikely matchup for us to get in. He doesn't do anything, okay. But this is perfect. So, I want him to counter my Ox, and then I can get it back real quick. So are you countering my Ox? Are you countering it? He is not countering it. Alright. That is pretty freaking nice. But he has a Scorching Dragonfire. Alright. Alright. So we're still not attacking in. We're filling our graveyard. Just in case. Another Improbable Alliance. Must feel pretty freaking nice. But we have another Croxa. And we aren't afraid to use it. So we make him discard here. And we make him discard once more. And even though this will empty our graveyard, we have enough in our graveyard to get another Croxa back next turn. So, do you have the counter spell in hand now? You do. You do have it. Alright, we attack in here to fill our graveyard even more. Another Improbable Alliance. That is pretty improbable. He did not find a counterspell, it seems, but he will make 3 little fairies. But hey, I don't mind those fairies at all. Okay, so what do we have in our graveyard? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I can play the Croxa without worrying to lose my other escape creatures. Houdini activated. So did you find a counterspell here? I think he did not. I don't think he found a counterspell here. He did not. Alright, well that was a questionable choice then. That was a pretty questionable choice. Okay, so we're filling our graveyard pretty good. Soon we will be able to play another Ox, which is pretty freaking nice. The Fire Prophecy, but he can't draw a card. So he will lose a lot of life here. Getting in for 1, okay. So the land doesn't matter here. I will find something else, hopefully, like a Liliana, okay. Well, I found another land. Let's cycle it immediately. Hopefully, and we found another land. Okay. Okay, game. Okay, I gotcha. Giving me all the lands. It's not even too bad. Okay, he draws a card here. And he keeps on top. So what did you find? What did you find, my friend? A land. Okay. Well, we found another Ox. But you know what? Let's play the Ox. Let's freaking play it. Who draws cards now? I do. I do draw cards. Let's fill our graveyard even more. We still have half of our library, so that is pretty good. And we get rid of the land here. And we found a Timuret. That is also pretty freaking good. So, in 3 turns we get him. Yes, it's 3 turns, but we get him. And depending on what he plays, we can get him even sooner. So he bottoms 2. This was 2 lands, I guess. The Royal Skyarns. Okay. So he will make a lot of blockers. But that is still fine with me. Oh, this is just freaking nice. This is just freaking nice. This was a freaking nice draw. Okay, let's ensure that we get our Kroxa back as soon as possible. Okay. So, do we get in with everything? I think we do. He needs to block. And we can bring back the Ox, which is pretty nice. We still have 23 cards. So this takes care of his board pretty freaking good. And maybe next turn we can snack in. And we get a new Ox for our troubles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we still have creatures in here for the Timuret Calls of Death. Oh yeah, Houdini and good. And we draw 3 fresh cards, which is pretty freaking nice. So, we have 20 cards in our graveyard. And do I take care of one of the small ones here? Well, there's other stuff, and we can do it in our turn anyway, so that is not too bad. And depending on what he plays here, if he plays anything, we can just play another Kroxa. He doesn't play anything. Alright, another Timuret Calls of Death can go. So we attack in with everything. He can make 3 blockers if he wants to. But I think we got him because we can play another freaking Kroxa here. And he needs to... Yep, he knew it! He knew it! Escaping good in the neighborhood. Oh, back in the top 1,200. I like that very much. Thank you, Zafina. Nice deck. The Fissure Wizard. Pretty interesting card. Alright, we're escaping good in the neighborhood. The Scarab Hunter. That's not good. I don't want my scarabs to... We're going first again. What's up with that? I don't mind at all. So, this is a good starting hand. We have a lot of removal, and those sleeves are pretty freaking sweet. Alright. The swamp is exactly what I want. Alright. Alright. So you're that kind of guy. Playing mono black burn. Mogi's favor immediately. Alright. So. We wait what he does here, and then we Bone Crusher Giant this serrated Scorpion like there is no frickin' tomorrow. The Hateful Eidolon. Yeah. Yeah, but no. You need to go. And the Hateful Eidolon can go afterwards. So he has nothing here, which I like very much. Another mountain, not really what we're looking for. But we wait what he does here. If he spends any mana to push his Hateful Eidolon, we just smack it away with the Bone Crusher Giant. He gets in for one. Okay. So what else do you have? Nothing. You have nothing. Alright. So let's destroy the Hateful Eidolon here. And it's gone. The Fabled Passage, pretty nice, will help us fill our graveyard. And you know what? Just for the heck of it, I will make him discard a card. Here you go. Croxa, my friend. You're up. The Murderous Rider. This loses him 4 freaking life. Which is pretty nice. Also fills our graveyard. And we have our own Murderous Rider. Just in case. And he plays it. Alright, an Evolving Wilds. That is pretty freaking nice. So now we're on 6 mana. Which is pretty good. So we chill here. If he wants to put the Demonic Embrace onto his Murderous Rider, we will Murderous Rider his Murderous Rider. Yep. Your guy needs to go. Now we play our own Murderous Rider and our Bone Crusher Giant, because we absolutely need life back. And next turn we can play the Ox of Agonas, draw Subdue cards. We're almost on Croxa mana, which is pretty nice. And he's stuck on 3 mana. Oh, Scarab Hunter, that hurts. That must really hurt. Do you have another Murderous Rider? Oh, the Mire Grasp. Well, that is good. For us. And a Dead Weight. Well, that is bad for us. So, we play it like this. Another freaking Croxa. So how many cards do we have in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can get rid of 1 Bone Crusher Giant. And now we get out 1 Croxa. Jup, 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 jup. And the Bone Crusher also needs to go. And he needs to discard a card. Which plays in our hands pretty good. So I will keep the mountain in my hand just to discard. You know what, let's just snack in for 0. Just because we can. The Fish Slap. Serrated Scorpion. Alright. This does not give lifelink. No, it does not. It does not give lifelink. But we will get some life back pretty soon with the Timurid Call to Dead. A Mire Grasp. Alright, you got it. Oh, and now we will get some more life back. The Fissure Wizard can become a zombie. And now we get some more life back. And we get some more cards. And as I said, the mountain stays in there to fill our graveyard even more. And he surrendered! We were too strong! Oh, jeez! Back in the top 1000! Yes! G2 Zafina, thank you very much! I almost forgot to record the game again. So, we're up against Is This Pokemon? And yes, my friend, it is Pokemon. If you want to, it is everything you want it to be. So we're up against some kind of red deck. So let's put the Evolving Wilds down. Get ourselves another black or a red. We get ourselves another black. The Akoum Hellhound. Yep, he needs to go. So we're up against mono red, it seems. We got ourselves a black here. And let's see what we... Oh, no, wait. We need to play the red first. Alright. Almost made a big mistake here. So we get rid of one of our Oxes. And we get a Bone Crusher Giant. So yeah, let's get rid of the Akoum Hellhound here. Fill our graveyard. So do you have an... He does have the Annex. Just as expected. Just as expected. So we get another black here. Now we have all the colors that we need. And let's mill some cards here. Okay, sadly we only have the Oxen here, so we won't be using that. But next turn we have enough cards to put the Ox on the battlefield. The Phoenix of frickin' Ash. Yeah, let's block here. Let's block here. Alright, the Croxa. How many cards do we have in our graveyard? We have 11 cards in our graveyard, so the Bone Crusher can go. Alright, we play our Bone Crusher first. Smack down the Phoenix. Yeah, he will get a small one. But we can be a little bit more aggressive. And I think discarding all of the Oxes is not even too bad. Sadly, the Fissure Wizard needs to go, but we will draw 3 new cards. That is pretty good. So all of our escape creatures are in our grave, and we found a Murderous Rider, which is pretty freaking nice. Pretty freaking nice. So are you willing to say, oh, he found something, but he doesn't have the cards in his graveyard to do it. So we need to be a little bit wary here. Also, this is also a zombie, I just realized. Pretty nice. Okay, looks like he got the Ambercleave here. So, he does have the Ambercleave. Getting in for 5 hurts a lot, but we kinda need to take it. Yeah, the Fissure Wizard's not too useful here. Alright, we put down the Bone Crusher Giant. And he still doesn't have enough in his graveyard to take care, to get his Phoenix back. So we chill here for a sec. Wait, what he does? He's paying 3. The Torbran. Alright. Did we get him with this? I think we got him. I think we freaking got him. So we destroy the Annex here. I think we freaking got him. Because this is 11 and he can't block. So what do you have in hand? What do you have in hand? So we destroy the Torbran here, take another 2 damage, but that is absolutely worth it. A shock to my face. That is not enough. You should have shocked the zombie. He should have shocked the frickin'... We got him! We freaking got him! Is this Pokemon? Yes! And I am the Pokemon Master! Back in the top 800. Pretty freaking nice. Alright! G2 Zafina! This was a pretty freaking nice deck. I played decks that were similar to this, but I think that I never had enough Oxes. I never put in the Fissure Wizard. Those were some pretty nice additions. especially the Fissure Wizard, and Defeat the Swarm is also pretty freaking sweet. So yeah, we lost the first game against Mono White, but only because he had the most luckiest top deck of all freaking times. If he didn't have drawn that, we would have destroyed his little human, and then from there, I think we could have made the comeback. But I just think so. So, if you want to send me a deck, we only have 5 days left until call time. So I think we still have 2 or 3 spots open. So you can still send me a deck. And I would really much appreciate it. Send me your deck pick. I will look at it and I will have fun with it. And yeah, this deck today was pretty strong. As I said, it was pretty meta, so not playing it in ranked would have been pretty weird. And we got 4 wins in. So we're back in the top 800, which is pretty freaking nice. Because yeah, I like being in the high numbers. So, this was the Rakdos Houdini deck. And also I want to thank each and every one of you for joining. We crushed the 550 yesterday. I can't freaking believe it, but we did. My goal was to get until the 500 until the end of the month, and we just freaking crushed it. So, 150 new people on this channel in not even 4 weeks. Feels good, man. I like that you appreciate this channel. I'm very happy because I love doing it. And who knows, maybe for the next expansion I can even get into the MTG program that they're offering. But they wouldn't let me, and I don't know why. I couldn't push the button. So if any one of you knows what to do there, still 5 days until call time, maybe I can get into the pre-release. Who knows? Would boost this channel so much, but that's just how it is. So, if you enjoy what you've seen, and if you made it this far, you obviously did, push that subscribe button, ring that little bell so you get informed whenever a new video comes out, leave a comment, leave a like, share this video with all of your friends. I am MtgA Malone, and I will see you all tomorrow!